offering to honor his legacy and faith. Well, viewers, those were the headlines and our top focus. Britain, Canada, Australia and Portugal have all recognized the Palestinian state yesterday in a move driven by frustration over the ongoing war in Gaza, which is aimed at now pushing forward the idea of a two-state solution. The decision has prompted a furious response from Israel. The move by these four nations now aligns them with over 140 other countries that also support Palestinian statehood. In fact, Britain's decision carries particular symbolism given its major role in Israel's creation as a modern nation in the aftermath of the Second World War. Listen in to what UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer had to say.
I set out in July the terms upon which we would act in line with our manifesto to recognise Palestinian statehood. That moment has now arrived. So today, to revive the hope of peace and a two-state solution, I state clearly, as Prime Minister of this great country, that the United Kingdom formally recognises the State of Palestine. We recognised the State of Israel more than 75 years ago as a homeland for the Jewish people. Today, we join over 150 countries who recognise a Palestinian state also.
Portugal's Foreign Affairs Minister Paulo Rangel has also stated that Portugal is an advocate for a two-state solution and views it as the only path to a just and lasting peace between Israel and Palestine. Take a look.
Dia 21 de setembro de 2025, o Estado português reconhece oficialmente o Estado da Palestina. O governo português reafirma, nesta ocasião, o direito do Estado de Israel à existência e as suas efetivas necessidades de segurança, bem como a especial amizade dos povos português e israelita, condenando uma vez mais os atrozes ataques terroristas de 7 de outubro, o Hamas e todas as organizações terroristas ou não que neguem o direito de Israel à existência, exigindo-se a libertação imediata de todos os reféns, a entrega dos reféns mortos a Israel e insistindo-se na necessidade de combater todas as formas de antissemitismo.
Meanwhile, Australia has recognized the Palestinian state in an effort to revive momentum for a two-state solution that starts with a ceasefire in Gaza and the release of hostages held there. Moreover, as per Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong, government communications will be updated to reflect this recognition. Listen in to what Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and Foreign Minister Penny Wong have had to say.
Confirmed that at the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in September, Australia will recognise the State of Palestine. Australia will recognise the right of the Palestinian people to a state of their own, predicated on the commitments Australia has received from the Palestinian Authority.
This will be an ongoing process. For now, what we will do is ensure that Australian government communications are updated to reflect this formal recognition. Official documents, public-facing websites, government systems, policies and operating procedures will refer to the State of Palestine or Palestine rather than the OPTs. Further steps will follow, such as establishing embassies to follow progress on reforms committed to by the Palestinian Authority. This gives effect to the commitment the Prime Minister and I made when we flagged announcement of this recognition. What we expect is reform in areas of education, governance, disarmament, democratic elections, and of course to ensure the exclusion of Hamas. There can be no role for Hamas.
Other nations, including France, are expected to follow suit this week at the UNGA in New York. Meanwhile, even as these four states have voted in favor of recognizing a Palestinian state, we're now learning that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has condemned the move and stated that a Palestinian state will not be established. Listen in.
יש לי מסר ברור לאותם מנהיגים שמכירים במדינה פלסטינית לאחר הטבח הנורא ב7 באוקטובר. אתם מעניקים פרס עצום לטרור. ויש לי מסר נוסף עבורכם. זה לא יהיה. לא תקום מדינה פלסטינית ממערב לירדן. במשך שנים אני מנעתי את הקמתה של מדינת טרור זו מול לחצים אדירים, גם מבית וגם מן החוץ. עשינו זאת בנחישות ועשינו זאת בתבונה מדינית. לא כל שכן. הכפלנו את ההתיישבות היהודית ביהודה ושומרון ונמשיך בדרך זו. המענה לניסיון האחרון לכפות עלינו מדינת טרור בלב ארצנו, המענה הזה יינתן לאחר שובי מארצות הברית.